Dermot Goode is here from HealthInsuranceIreland.ie to answer your health insurance questions. And Dermot, as you were walking in, I said to you, I'm always astonished at the level of interest in this, because it's clearly a thing where people are seeing premiums going up and they want to find, is there an alternative? That's really on people's minds at the moment, isn't it?
It is. And I suppose what's impacting consumers now is that rates going up. So people say to me, well, there hasn't been an increase for a while. But they're actually forgetting there was increases in October, January, March, April. So if you're renewing in September, you're getting hit by all of them. So big increase in costs for a lot of people. Benefits being cut for a lot of people, especially Leia healthcare members. The orthopedic benefits have been cut. So anybody who's on one of those plans, they now have to shop around because they've got a reduced benefit.
That's where I'm going to start, actually, because I have somebody here who's on the Inspire plan with Leia, with his wife and adult child. They say it's a great plan, but it is constantly creeping up in terms of the cost. And they want to know, is there a comparative plan that they can move to? Now, the son might be coming off it. He's 28 and he's got a new job, so he's off on his own. He says he's 48 and his wife is 52. So what might you recommend there?
Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. So the Inspire scheme, exactly as they said with Leia, is a good plan. It's €1,780 per adult. Now, the orthopedic benefit has changed on that plan. It was a 20% shortfall. It's now 40%. So if that person wants to keep the shortfall at 20%, I have to tell them they have to pretty much go to VHI. A plan with VHI, like, for example, PMI 4316 or PMI 3112, all the same price, but the shortfall will be 20% and not 40%.
But you're still going to be paying the same as you are with Leia, right?
Still paying the same, exactly. Now, if they need to reduce their costs and they're not too worried about that shortfall, Leia have introduced about 4 or 5 new Inspire schemes. They need to phone up Leia and check out a plan from Leia called Inspire Care. And if they like that plan, it's about €220 cheaper per adult. And it is very, very similar cover. Slight change to the excesses, slight change to the outpatient refunds. So to all of your listeners now, Claire, what they need to do is, if they're on the same plan, and that plan is on the market about 8-9 years now, rather than just accepting the renewal, they need to phone up the insurance company and say, I like Inspire, it's too expensive. Do you have something similar that's cheaper? And the answer in a lot of cases is yes. But they need to engage with the insurance companies. But they can definitely say €400 or €500, similar cover, stay with Leia Healthcare if they're happy with that.
Are the orthopedic benefits changing across the board, or is it just with Leia?
Okay, so this has been happening for the last 15 years, started by VHI. Most of these corporate plans, most plans now have a 20% shortfall, which is about €3,000 for a hip or a knee replacement. What's happened now is the insurance companies basically have realised that people want better value. Younger members aren't really too worried about that. So they're now increasing those shortfalls now to 40%. And Leia impacted about 32 plans from the 1st of April. So that's why Leia members are really now feeling this. But to be fair, it's not just Leia. All the other insurance companies have been doing it in dribs and drabs. But Leia, I suppose, from the 1st of April, we weren't expecting this. 32 plans had that benefit changed. That impacts thousands of members who are getting those renewal notices now, basically saying your premium is going up, but your benefits are coming down. And that doesn't sit well with most consumers.
Yeah, and that's perfectly understandable. Now, this one, I'm a member of PMI 5910. That's a VHI plan. Are there other plans I should look at? I've been on that for nearly 4 years, and I'd like to understand if there's better cover or value elsewhere.
Now, they've actually selected a very good plan with VHI. That plan is €1,770. So it is a good semi-private corporate plan. And here's the thing, if you are on a good corporate plan that's linked to some very important corporate clients, the increases will be minimal, and those plans are what we call protected. So are they overspending? Not really. There are other plans with VHI like PMI 5210. They might, Claire, they might save €150, but they will have less cover. So unless that person's requirements have fundamentally changed, or they really need to reduce their cost, I'd actually be encouraging them to maybe stay where they are, because that is not an overly expensive plan.
Okay, so maybe stick there. This is someone who's with Irish Life Health Guide 3. You know that plan, Dermot, you know them all. They're a married couple aged 72 and 74. Their premium has increased by 11%. Are there other plans on the market that might give them some savings?
There are now, but there's a little bit of, it's kind of a double-edged sword. So that plan is €2,245 per adult. It is a very good private room corporate plan with Irish Life.
It's a lot of money every year, isn't it, for two people?
It is. Now, here's the thing. Irish Life have, so I'm going to jump straight on a plan called Health Action Plus. So Irish Life won a big scheme earlier this year, a big corporate client. And when that happens, they usually bring out all of them. They bring out a new plan to basically look after this client. That is a new plan called Health Action Plus. It is a private room plan. It is €1,734 per adult. So, and it's quite similar to their plan. If they like this plan, it's worth looking at because it will save them €500 each. However, their current shortfall on the hips, knees and shoulders, we'll be talking about hips and knees all day, but the current shortfall on their plan is 3,000. On that new plan, it's 4,000. So if that's not a huge concern for them, if they're not due to have a hip or knee replacement in the next 2-3 years, I would definitely, Irish Life Health Action Plus, that's the one I would look at. There is one other one, if I may throw it in, it's called Health Action 5, and it's €2,047. So you can see what the insurance companies are doing. Lots of people on Health Guide 3, it is crept up by the 10-15%, it's too expensive. So they bring out similar plans, reduce the price, they shave a little bit off some of the benefits. Now, for some people, that might not be a good proposition, but maybe it's definitely worth looking at. So Health Action Plus, one of the best value private room corporate plans at 1,734 in the market right now.
Now, we have a 57-year-old woman who sent us a message. I've been on Irish Life Health Guide 3, there you go, as part of an employee family plan. I'm now divorced. I urgently need to get a policy of my own. What do you recommend? No major health issues.
So here's the thing, anybody, separation cases, divorce cases, anybody leaving a group scheme, if you're on a really good plan, you can take that plan with you. So it doesn't matter, like you don't lose the plan because you're leaving a company. So, you know, we've discussed corporate plans many times before. Anybody can join a corporate plan. It doesn't matter who it's designed for. So first of all, that person can stay on Health Guide 3. Look, and once again, in fact, the two plans we just mentioned are the two plans they should probably look at first of all, especially that Health Action Plus. So even though the Health Action Plus is 1,734 and they'll have a higher shortfall on the hips and knees, but if in 3 or 4 years' time they need to have a hip replacement, they'll have saved double the extra shortfall, if that makes sense. So it's what we call managed risk. And I'd say to all of your listeners now, particularly to your older members who are hanging on to full cover for hips, knees and shoulders, you know, you are being charged maybe an extra €1,000 each per year for that benefit.
For something that you might need.
And if you've already had them done, or, you know, and by the way, you could have loads of back issues and other orthopedic issues. We are just talking about the full hip, knee and shoulder replacement. So, and the other thing, if I may say, even if you need to upgrade your cover in the future, the worst case scenario is you have to be in the higher plan 2 years. Too many older people that I speak to are way overpaying because they are just terrified of making any changes, and they're paying €4,000 and €5,000 per adult. Totally unnecessarily. All
right, make the phone call. Now, I have a listener who has a son going to Australia for 2 years and they want to know, should they continue his cover?
Okay, so, and this, we get this all the time now, whether people are studying, working or travelling abroad. If you're out of the country for more than 6 months, your domestic health insurance is no good whatsoever. And in fact, the off-the-shelf travel insurance policies, they don't work either because they're only for short-term trips. I would encourage them to get a quote from, so VHI International, they need to look at international cover. But what I like about VHI International, it's designed for exactly what they're talking about. You can transfer directly from the domestic plan onto the VHI International, fully covers you whilst you're away. And then when you come home, you transfer directly from the VHI International to the domestic cover.
And do all of the companies have this international element?
No, VHI is really the only one that has that. There are other plans out there, but they won't give you the continuity of cover guarantee when you come back. And the good thing is Irish Life Health, Level Health, Leia Healthcare, they all recognise VHI International cover as well.
Okay.
So that person should basically get a quote from VHI International and they'll explain exactly what they're covered for, not what they're not covered for. There's thousands of people listening to this now, Claire, who have people abroad studying, working, and they think they have cover and they have no cover whatsoever. So people need to be very, very careful with this one.